How to spot a fake Nike Tech Fleece Windrunner hoodie. In this video, we're gonna figure that one out. Hey everybody, I'm Massimo. Welcome back to the only channel on YouTube that covers in-depth videos of cars and streetwear. And today, we're going to do another tutorial video. So Nike Tech Fleece jackets are really expensive, so most likely gonna try to buy a used one. However, the problem is sometimes there's some fakes out there. So don't worry guys, I got you covered. We're gonna go over how to spot a fake Nike Tech Fleece hoodie. So without further ado, be sure to like and share for that YouTube algorithm, as well as subscribe. Any support would just be awesome. Now let's get right into it. Alrighty, normally I would start by talking about just boxing and everything, but most Nike Tech Fleece jackets don't have any boxing. So I'm gonna go ahead and start right away with the tags. So the first one we're gonna look at is the sizing tag, which is on the inside near the collar. So these have definitely changed a lot over time, but the same process is the same. So basically we're gonna look at the lettering of the tag as well as the Nike logo. So most fakes out there will really mess up the Nike logo. I mean, they'll connect some letters when they shouldn't be. The font thickness will be too thick or too thin. The lettering spacing on the bottom right here, we messed up. One letter be separated too far from one another. And really just the overall crispness of the logo we messed up. It looked a little fuzzy, kind of like going from like 1080 to 480p kind of stuff. So here's a good example what we're looking at. This is obviously a different Tech Fleece item here, but still the same. So like you can see right there, the Nike logo, the K is a little messed up. It's a little too thin as well. As well, you can see in the bottom there, I mean, the spacing is all kind of messed up. They're a little too tight, actually, while the real one is a little bit more spread out. All right, the next tag we're going to go over is the wash tag. Now, you can do the same thing as before. Just kind of pause the video and check out the lettering and spacing and the placement of the text. But really the best thing to check for is the stitching on top. So the real one will have a lot of stitching on top right there to make sure that thing is well stuck on. While a fake one will kind of have less stitching and it'll be more loose and just less precise. Here is a photo example right here. So the wash tag on the real one, once again, has a lot of stitching. Really good, really precise. I mean, good quality stitching on Nike Tech Fleece jackets. While the fake one has less and overall looks more lazy on the stitching. Alrighty, now let's go over the logos. So the Nike Tech Fleece jacket will have a logo on the left side towards the top, right there. And really what you're looking for right now, once again, is just the quality of the logo. Making sure it's not too thick or too thin. Seen very thin ones too. And looking at the spacing of the letterings and making sure that is all right. As you can see right here on the real versus fake one, a fake one, I mean, this one is just too damn thick. The K looks like it's almost about to connect with the swoosh logo. And the spacing too is just too tight, while a real one is a little bit more spread out. So once again, here's mine. As you can see, the spacing is all correct. And the K is not going to connect with the swoosh logo. All right, the next thing we're going to check is the zipper pouches. So the zipper pouches right here will have nice rubber outline around them, and they're going to have nice and defined edges, really smooth, and not too thick and not too thin. So here's an example of a real versus fake one right here. Once again, as you can see, the authentic one has nice crisp thin edges, while the fake one is a little bit more plumb and thick. And you can see actually when they're stamping it on there, it's a little bit like folded and creased up. All right, the next thing we're gonna check is the zippers. So the zippers are pretty tricky. So one of the ways you can tell is actually through the anklets here. On the real ones, the anklets will be nice and kind of like of a nice thickness to them and be plumb, while the fake ones are going to be a lot skinnier and almost be flush with the string. And show you what I'm talking about, here's a real versus fake one. As you can see, the anklets are really thick compared to the string, while the fake ones are pretty much flush with them. So that's also a good way to tell whether or not the zippers are real or not. A good way to check real versus fake is just to check quality of the jacket, you know, kind of feel the jacket. So a real one feels really nice and soft, really well engineered material, and also the jacket itself is actually relatively light. Like if you grab that jacket and it feels like a big old hoodie, like an Essentials hoodie, good sign it is a fake, because these materials are meant to be lightweight. Then also check the stitching, making sure the stitching is all nice and crisp and dense. These things have really dense stitching. By dense, I mean like there's a lot of stitches on these seams. So if you're getting them and like there's just not a whole lot of stitching on the seams of the jackets, that's a good sign it is fake because it's just lazy. They were just trying to save money on the stitching. So that's a really good way to tell too. And then yeah, there really are always to it, man. I guess this next, it's just from personal experience. It's also just to check out the seller if you can. Ask the seller a bunch of questions, you know. Where'd you get the hoodie? Why are you selling the hoodie? And do you have any receipts or anything like that? I always like to ask for receipts if they can show proof of purchase. And then just go and check the story, man. If you see inconsistencies of the story, like the reason why they bought it and the reason why they're selling is just not matching up or something like that, good sign that they're trying to sell you a fake, you know, they're trying to lie to you. You know, back when I was running a sneaker shop, I mean, this was like the best way I would tell. It's like I would try to read the seller, be like, okay, this guy is trying to sell me a fake here. He's just trying to make a quick dollar off me. So yeah. I guess that's all you're going to need to know to how to spot a fake Nike Tech fleece jacket. What'd you guys think about it? Comment down below your opinion, like and share for that YouTube algorithm, and last but certainly not least, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.